Jesse, President Trump invited Jay Powell to the White House last week, presumably to discuss cutting interest rates. Can Jay Powell and the Fed do it?
That is a tough question to answer right now because there's some contradictory data out there. Let me start with jobless claims. Initial jobless claims are up, and the continuing claims are following suit. Okay. And so my first chart's got noisy data there on a week-to-week basis.
Second chart's a little smoother.
Yeah, Jim Bianco provided this 52-week average of those same numbers, but on both accounts, you see an uptrend. Okay?
Right.
And that's obviously maybe what Trump is arguing about the reason to cut rates. But on the other side, rates are generally cut in a softening economy.
Right.
And, GDP now suggests we are not softening here.
Yeah. So earlier in the year, we had a softer GDP now, and back-to-back quarters of negative would imply a recession, or at least they used to. This is hot at 4.6% growth.
Very hot for an economy our size. Followed suit by another reason why, Powell probably doesn't want to be seen as cutting into CPI reports that are coming out. The next 2 months of month-over-month CPI data will be losing the May and June flat numbers, so the base effects will be
two of the flattest months in the last 12.
That's exactly right. And so again, if I go to this final chart here, the blue line is ISM manufacturing report business prices, and you can see how that generally ultimately leads the CPI prices, which only makes sense as businesses pay more, they end up passing that along.
Right.
And so the pressure to inflation is probably to the upside here.
Right.
Right.
Which means that our buddy Jay Powell has a pretty tough time cutting, especially if he has pressure from the White House.
That's right.